You know how on my island I have Tom Nook and Isabelle and Blathers, but then I go to your island to visit and you have Tom Nook and Isabelle and Blathers? That's weird, right? Like, how does that work in the Animal Crossing universe? Some theories have floated around, but I've thought of something that I don't think anyone has ever mentioned before. What's poppin', y'all? Welcome to Go Play Hero. If you enjoy this theory and like overthinking Nintendo, be sure to subscribe. We are currently on the road to 1,000 subs. Appreciate it. So, okay, yes, I know the actual answer to my question is, it's just a video game, bro. I know. Video games obviously follow their own logic. We could explain a lot of things as it's just a video game. But because I'm a dork and enjoy overthinking fictional worlds, I love dissecting the implications in universe for things we all, of course, know the real life answer to. This is a topic I've seen brought up here and there in passing, but I'm surprised that nobody's ever done a full video on it, at least from what I've seen. There are a number of ways this can go, but I've thought of one at the end that I have not seen anybody mention in any shape or form. So let's get into it. So everyone has their own town or island or camp, whatever. And like I said, since everyone gets their own town or island, everyone also gets their own Isabelle, Able Sisters, KK Slider, and all the other NPCs. How is it possible that everyone has their own version of the Animal Crossing characters? The Tom Nook in my town can't be the same Tom Nook in my friend's town because he can't be in two places at once. Did he just travel really fast? Well, that can't be, since my friends had the same experience with Tom Nook as I had, but they had it on their own save file with their own journey to their own new town or their own new island. It's very clear that these are separate beings entirely. And it's not just the main NPCs, it's all the villagers too. If I have Angus on my town or island, and then I go to a friend's town or island who also has Angus, their Angus will not recognize me. It'll be as if we're meeting for the very first time.
Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that?
One possibility is that the Animal Crossing characters function like Pokemon. Gracie and Ace and Hippo or whoever have you are not all unique individuals, they are a species. But this doesn't work for a number of reasons. For starters, you can't have multiple of the same villager on your town or island, which implies that within the context of your save file, there is only one and that they are a unique being all of their own. The other issue is that every version of every character has the exact same traits, and not just personality traits, but they have the exact same birthdays and the exact same backstories, the same histories. Every version of the Able Sisters lost their parents. Every version of Tom Nook has a rivalry with Red, and if the Animal Crossing characters were like Pokemon, then how would they all have the exact same backstories? Every Pikachu's journey is very different. The answer is they just plain wouldn't. And just to put in perspective how impossible it would be for them to have the exact same backstories, if we take just the New Horizons sales into account alone, this would imply that there are 47.82 million of every single character. That's approaching the population of all of South Korea for every single character. Like, each character could almost fill the population of South Korea each. The odds of all of them having the same exact backstory are basically zero. The other option is that every town is an alternate universe. This is the obvious explanation for other games. Like, my copy of Ocarina of Time is an alternate universe compared to your copy of Ocarina of Time because our playthroughs are going to be different in some ways. And then each save file within that is its own alternate universe. You get the idea. The idea of different save files being different universes is actually something that Pokemon directly makes canon, which is pretty cool. But in Animal Crossing, mechanics are a little different since there's a direct mode of transportation that takes you from town to town. There's no technological spectacle like in Pokemon or magic portal or something like that, just regular transportation. The implication being that every town or island is inhabited within the exact same world. The idea that these are different dimensions or universes kind of works as a headcanon, sure, I guess, but it's not my favorite. The other really big possibility is that they're clones. There's this really funny comic that was floating around at the time of New Horizons, showing Tom Nook with just vats of clones of different characters. It's pretty crazy. If they are clones, like in the scientific sense, that does raise the question who the hell made them. Obviously, based on this comic, some think Tom Nook is the culprit. This is clearly played as a joke here, but it's gained some traction. I think another possibility is that the aliens that haunt the TV screens at night could be running some sort of twisted clone experiment onto the citizens of Earth. If somehow you haven't found out about this, there are aliens that broadcast on TVs in Animal Crossing every Saturday night at 3:33 a.m. They seem to say some sort of cryptic message that to this day nobody has ever translated. It probably isn't actually translatable, to be honest, but that would be pretty crazy if someone was able to actually crack this code one day. But maybe their broadcast, rather than just a simple message, is literally them monitoring us. Pretty dark, but Animal Crossing is no stranger to creepy things lurking in the shadows. They do a good job of including spooky stuff intentionally, but not too in your face, like the haunted paintings, the ghost in the wallpaper, stuff like that. I think the clone idea is an interesting one and obviously makes for funny memes like this comic, but I have a different theory of my own in a similar vein, and I kinda prefer it as a headcanon because I think it's a little more in line with Animal Crossing's tone. What if they're not actually clones, but rather sentient illusions created by Tom Nook himself? Stay with me now. Many of you probably know that Tom Nook is a tanuki and is based on the Japanese folklore of the tanuki. A major focal point of tanuki in Japanese mythology is its ability to turn leaves into anything it desires: money, food, you name it. This is why all the furniture in Animal Crossing appears in the form of a leaf. It's a direct nod to the tanuki in Japanese folklore. So I ask you, what if everyone in Animal Crossing is a leaf? A leaf. Hear me out. What if Tom Nook actually created everybody, or at the very least made copies of everyone using his leaf shape-shifting powers? Everyone from KK Slider to Timmy and Tommy to Cap'n and everyone in between is an illusion born with the same memories through the power of this leaf magic. Everyone is a leaf. The leaf is iconic. It's the main symbol of the entire series because of its ties to the furniture and tanuki folklore. And due to its tie to the furniture, it's not a stretch to say that this leaf shape-shifting ability is confirmed canon in universe already, at least to some degree. But if this theory were true, it would put an entirely new context to everything. Okay, yeah, this seems a little wild and a little grim on the surface, but I think it's actually a lot more whimsical than the cloning thing. Just because they're illusions or copies doesn't make the characters any less sentient or real in universe. It's just, well, they were initially born as leaves off of a tree. From what I could find in real Japanese folklore, it doesn't seem like tanuki had the ability to create full-on sentient life, but this is Animal Crossing, and while they play with existing tropes and mythology, they often have their own spin on it. Like if Cap'n was accurate to his Kappa folklore, he would be drowning all of us. Bro would literally be mid-sea shanty and push us off the boat. I guess I can't confirm nor deny that he has ever drowned someone, but he hasn't gotten me yet. Let me know in the comments if Cap'n's ever tried to lure you underwater. I think it's safe to say that in Animal Crossing, once a leaf is transformed, it can untransform and retransform at will, but once you turn a leaf into something, it can only transform into that thing again. Like I can't buy a couch, then turn it to a leaf, and then it turns into a toilet later, right? Once that leaf is a couch, it is always a couch. That identity of what it initially transformed into remains intact regardless. So if all these NPCs, hypothetically, of course, were really just tanuki leaves, they would always keep their intended identities no matter what. But this raises another question. Why would Tom Nook do this? What would it be, for profit? Tanukis are known to be playful, so maybe bro was just bored. Maybe he only created a handful of other animals and then those copies made other copies. Really, it's possible that since everyone in Animal Crossing can seemingly transform leaves into furniture, or at least convert furniture into leaves, I guess, this isn't even an ability that's exclusive to Tom Nook or other tanukis. And if this theory is true, who was truly the original? We may never know. It's also possible that in this world, leaves just have innate properties, like certain leaves just are chairs and certain leaves just are tables because it's Animal Crossing and things can just happen. So if people are leaves too, some leaves are just Isabelle in the same way. Okay, real talk, I don't think Nintendo will ever give us an in-depth lore drop as to how exactly all this works. At the end of the day, it's really not necessary, and it's one of those things where explaining it might just make things more complicated. So, you know, it's probably just best to take it as it is. But I would be so curious to know if there's even some kind of inkling of an internal answer for this question. Probably not, but hey, you never know. Animal Crossing has a lot of deep lore that sometimes you have to go out of your way for, and it was initially going to be a dungeon crawler game, so there could be some residual explanation for this through that original concept. Either way, it's fun to speculate. But what do y'all think the explanation is in universe? Is it clones, interdimensional travel, or are they leaves? Let me know in the comments below. Once again, be sure to subscribe for more Animal Crossing, Nintendo, and nerdy deep dives like this, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace and air grease.